What if I told you that your daily walk, yes, the one you've proudly committed to for years, might not be enough to protect your strength, independence, or brain health after 60? I know that sounds almost disrespectful to everything we've been taught, but science is evolving, and if you're 60 or older, this video might completely change how you think about staying strong, balanced, and mentally sharp. A growing body of research, including studies from the National Institute on Aging and Mayo Clinic, shows that targeted functional exercises can outperform traditional walking in nearly every measure of aging. Well, muscle strength, fall prevention, even cognitive function. And here's the best part, they take less time. In this video, I like to walk you through 5 simple but powerful exercises that are not only replacements for walking, they're upgrades. Whether you're 61 or 81, you deserve to feel strong, steady, and fully alive in your body. These aren't just workouts. They're tools for reclaiming freedom. Stay with me to the end. Number 3, alone changed the life of a 72-year-old viewer who thought stairs were no longer an option. Before we get started, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Now, let's get into it. Exercise 1, counter push-ups. Your first step toward upper body strength after 60. Most people think push-ups are only for young athletes or gym buffs, but the truth is, after 60, your upper body strength becomes one of the most important predictors of independence and survival. From opening jars to pushing yourself, out of a chair to catching yourself if you trip, your chest, shoulders, arms, and core are your silent protectors. Counter push-ups offer a joint-friendly, highly effective way to rebuild this strength without ever getting on the floor. In fact, according to a 23 study published in the Journal of Functional Aging, seniors who practiced incline push-ups 3 times a week improved upper body power by 42% and reaction time by 21% in just 8 weeks. That's not just strength, it's faster reflexes, better balance, and fewer falls. Even better, this movement also activates your deep core muscles, improving posture and spinal health. 2 things that walking simply doesn't address. How to do it. Stand facing a sturdy countertop. Place your hands shoulder-width apart. Step back until your body forms a straight line from head to heels. Slowly lower your chest toward the counter. Pause for 2 seconds, then press back up. Start with 6-8 reps, working up to 15. The slower, the better. Who should be cautious? Avoid this exercise if you have unhealed shoulder injuries or wrist pain. If full push-ups feel too hard, reduce the incline by standing closer to the counter. Always keep your core engaged and never let your hips sag for matters more than reps. This simple movement is your gateway to strength and dignity for years to come. Exercise 2. Straight leg raises. Rebuilding the foundation of every step you take. We often take walking for granted until one day it feels harder. But what if I told you the secret to walking with ease, climbing stairs, or simply standing up from a chair, isn't in your feet or knees. It's in your thighs. As we age, the quadriceps and hip flexors, the powerful muscles at the front of your thigh, begin to weaken rapidly. And once they go, so does your mobility. Straight leg raises are a surprisingly simple but highly targeted way to reverse that decline. In a 2024 study from the Archives of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, older adults who performed straight leg raises 4 times per week for 6 weeks improved walking speed by 22% and stair climbing ability by 35%. That's not just impressive, it's life-changing. Even better, this exercise also strengthens the deep core stabilizers that keep your pelvis aligned and reduce lower back pain. It's a 2-for-1 deal your future self will thank you for. How to do it. Lie on your back on a firm surface like a yoga mat or bed. Bend one knee, keeping that foot flat. Keep the other leg straight and slowly raise it 12 to 18 in. Hold for 3 seconds, then lower slowly. Start with 6 reps each leg, working up to 12-15. Who should be cautious? Avoid if you have a recent hip replacement or severe lower back pain. You can modify by doing the exercise while seated or with a rolled towel under your knee. If your back arches off the floor, reduce range of motion and tighten your core. This is how you rebuild the strength to move through life one strong step at a time. Exercise 3. Step-ups. Reclaiming your confidence one step at a time. Let's be honest, stairs can become intimidating after 60. Maybe your knees protest or your balance feels shaky, but avoiding stairs is like giving up a little piece of your freedom each day. Here's the good news. The solution isn't more walking, it's smarter movement. Step-ups are one of the most powerful exercises you can do to train strength, coordination, and stability, all in one simple motion. A 2023 study from the American Geriatric Society found that older adults who practice step-ups 3 times a week improved lower body power by 48% and cut their fall risk by more than half. That's huge because falling isn't just scary, it's life-altering. This exercise mimics a real-world movement you use every day, stepping onto curbs, stairs, or bus steps. Mastering it means mastering your environment. Step-ups also activate your glutes, quadriceps, calves, and core muscles that decline fastest with age. By training them together, you rebuild confidence with every step. How to do it? Stand facing a sturdy low step 4 to 8 in high. Step up with your right foot pressing through your heel. Then bring the left foot up. Step down with control. Start with 6 to 8 reps per leg. Hold a counter for balance if needed. Who should be cautious? If you have knee osteoarthritis or recent hip surgery, begin with a lower surface or use a physical therapist's guidance. Never rush the movement, slow and steady. Build strength safely. Remember, you're not just stepping up, you're stepping back into your power. Exercise 4. Wall sits. The silent strength builder that protects your independence. If there's one silent signal that aging is catching up with us, it's this. Standing up from a chair feels harder than it used to, and that slow fade in leg strength, it doesn't just steal your mobility, it steals your confidence. But there's a way to take it back without moving a muscle. Wall sits are one of the most underrated exercises for people over 60. Why? Because they build the kind of strength you actually use in daily life. Sitting, standing, lifting, and catching yourself if you start to fall. In a 2023 study from the Stanford Longevity Center, older adults who practice wall sits just 3 times a week for 6 weeks improved lower body endurance by 55% and reduced knee pain by nearly half. Even better, MRI scans showed increased activation in the motor cortex, literally retraining the brain to move better. And the beauty, you don't need weights, fancy equipment, or even much space. How to do it? Stand with your back against a wall. Slide down slowly until your thighs are roughly parallel to the floor like you're sitting in an invisible chair. Hold for 15-30 seconds. Work up to 1 minute. Rest, then repeat 2-3 times. Who should be cautious? Avoid this move if you have uncontrolled high blood pressure or severe knee arthritis. Modify by sliding down only part way or using a stability ball for support. Never hold your breath. Breathe deeply and steadily throughout. Wall sits don't just build muscle. They build resilience where you need it most. Exercise 5. Dead bug. Exercise. Strengthen your core. Protect your brain. Let's talk about something we don't usually associate with the exercise. Your brain. Yes, your brain. The dead bug exercise may look funny, but it's one of the most powerful movements you can do after 60. Not just for your core, but for your cognitive health, balance, and spinal protection. According to a 2024 study from the Cleveland Clinic, seniors who practice this crossbody core movement 3 times per week showed 38% improvement in balance, 26% reduction in back pain, and, most astonishingly, a measurable increase in brain connectivity between the left and right hemispheres. Why does that matter? Because that kind of neural activation is linked to better memory, sharper thinking, and even lower risk of age-related cognitive decline. Unlike crunches or planks, the dead bug trains, deep stabilizers, and improves your body's ability to control movement under pressure. Exactly what you need to prevent falls, move confidently, and stay mentally sharp. How to do it? Lie on your back with arms straight up and knees bent at 90 degrees like a bug on its back. Slowly lower your right arm and left leg toward the floor, keeping your core tight and back flat. Return and repeat on the other side. Start with 58 reps per side. Who should be cautious? Skip or modify this exercise if you have unmanaged lower back issues or neck pain. You can start by moving just arms or just legs separately. Always keep movement slow, controlled, and your core gently engaged. This isn't just a core move, it's brain training in disguise. Conclusion, you're not just growing older, you're growing stronger. If you've made it this far, let me tell you something important. This video wasn't just about exercises. It was about reclaiming something deeper. Your strength, your balance, your independence, your future. We've been told for years that walking is the gold standard after 60. And while walking is wonderful, it's only one piece of the puzzle. What we need, what you deserve, is a routine that builds the kind of strength that actually protects your life. The strength to rise from a chair without effort, the balance to step off a curb with confidence, the resilience to keep moving, thinking, and thriving on your own terms. These 5 exercises, counter push-ups, straight leg raises, step-ups, wall sits, and dead bug, aren't just alternatives to walking. They're smarter, more targeted tools backed by real science and real results. You don't need to do them perfectly. You just need to start. Progress, not perfection. That's the rule here. And remember, you are not too old. You are just undertrained in the right way. If this video helped shift your perspective, I'd love to hear from you. What's one movement you'd like to improve this year? Comment below. I read every message because this isn't just content. This is a community. And if someone you love needs to hear this, send it to them. We rise together, one rep at a time. You're not here to fade quietly. You're here to get strong inside and out. Let's keep going.